smelly weirdos. My name is Adam Pacitti. I am your reigning, defending, undisputed Cultaholic heavyweight champion of the world. And here's Tom.
Hello.
Welcome to our Extreme Rules 2022 predictions.
You're very strong today. You've
strong
lifted that in
today.
one go. Look at
We
them
have
boys. I'd like both of them, please. Careful.
Nope.
Mind the hole. Mind the hole.
What's
I'd like
that?
both of them, please.
Well, you're not having both of them,
Well,
please.
how about we do...
Go on then, go and get him. Go on. Go
They're
on.
too
Pick him
far.
up. Pick him
They're
up.
too
Go
far
on,
away.
go on.
They're too far away.
Pick him up. Go on,
They're
see
too
if
far
you can do
away.
it.
Oh, you are a naughty, aggressive boy today. Live reactions to Extreme Rules with him and with myself. What happened at and all the other good stuff that you'd expect. But the small matter of predictionios before we go any further. Let's do it. We start with the fight pit. It is Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle with UFC's Daniel Cormier as guest referee. Who have you got and why?
I'm taking Daniel Cormier for this one.
I think we all are.
I'm taking Riddle, right? I think this is going to be a best of three, essentially. Rollins has got a win. Riddle's going to get one back here. It's got super personal. Big blow-off, probably in Saudi Arabia. Jobs are good, and Riddle goes over there as well. I think Riddle is coming out on top, even though Seth deserves better.
Now, I'm not with you on that, actually, because I genuinely think we're going to buck the trend here because, you know, Riddle beat Rollins at Clash... Rollins beat Riddle at Clash of the Castle.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon Rollins is winning again.
Really?
Now, I
that
think
puts an end to it, though. Then he can't go back and go, oh, I want another
Well,
one.
you say that, but then we had Rollins lose to Cody 3 times on the bounce,
No,
and they
that's
still
fair.
had a good time.
And it's got so personal, though. It's got so personal. Riddle needs this win.
There
Rollins
is
has been-
something, though,
It's kids.
about Rollins walking around as like the king of the fight pit. I'm the MMA star.
I do like
I
that.
love that. And who's to say that Cormier maybe does cost Riddle the match, and we get ourselves a Riddle Cormier match instead of Riddle Lesnar and Crown Jewel.
Cormier,
Fly in the
I
ointment
think they
there.
like that, don't they? Outsider stars coming in. You got Logan Paul, Reigns, Cormier, Riddle. Not going to happen. I'm taking Riddle. Sticking with Rollins.
Sticking with Rollins.
Sucker.
Call me nay.
Next up, you got a good old-fashioned Donnybrook. It's Imperium taking on the Brawling Brutes. Who have you got and why?
I met Donnybrook at a wedding I went to in 2005 in Swindon. For this one, I'm picking the Brawling Brutes. Now, we've got this match on SmackDown between Gunther and Sheamus, that 5-star belter that they had at Clash of the Castle in Cardiff. They're doing it again. I think that Gunther's winning,
Yep.
but I think that the Brutes are going to need themselves a victory over Imperium at some point. The Donnybrook, with nothing on the line other than pride, seems like the right place to do it. You give them a win and you allow Gunther to continue his wonderful reign as IC champion. Who have you got and why?
Couldn't agree with you more, Tom.
Oh, look at that!
For once.
Wonders
I
will
think...
never cease, like Alton Towers.
I think the Brutes are going to pick up the win. Gunther is certainly not taking the pin in this one. I think it's going to be a lesser member of Imperium getting their shoulders pinned to the mat. And it's a way of Team Brute getting a win back after Sheamus's loss. Because he's not picking up the IC title as much as I'd like to see it, because he's had a hell of a year. He's had a hell of a 5 years, 10 years. He's been consistently brilliant, but especially on form right now. I'd love to see him complete his set and have an IC title as well.
Oh, and it's a nice set.
It's a nice set.
For the Raw Women's Championship, it is Bayley challenging Bianca Belair. Who you got and why?
I am taking Bayley for this one. It'd be nice to see Damage Control with all the gold. You've already got Io and Dakota with the tag championships, and then Bayley as the leader of the faction holding on to a world title. To me, makes an awful lot of sense. I think Bianca has had a really good reign. I think they've done an excellent job in general of making her feel like a proper star. She feels like a really big deal, and it's perhaps the first time that we've had that away from the Four Horsewomen as well. I think she's been their biggest success story since that lot came up. So yeah, I think this is Bayley's time. But well done. That's very condescending. Good girl. Well done. Well done, Bianca Belair. So I think Bianca Belair has had an absolutely fantastic reign with the gold, but I think it's time for it to come to an end now.
It's been a good game for Bianca Belair, but it is indeed the end of the game for now. I think Bayley is winning it, as you say. I love the idea of Damage Control having all the gold. Charlotte Flair has had her eye on Bianca Belair, as she said in a recent interview, which suggests to me that she might move to Raw. And a Charlotte Flair-Bianca Belair feud doesn't necessarily need the Raw Women's Championship to be amazing.
It'd be a great feud. It'd be nice to see Charlotte do something away from the title picture, because she's always just there, isn't she? So she can stay away for as long as she wants, to be honest. That's fine.
So they can have that, and Bayley can have the Raw Women's Championship.
Next up, it's a strap match. It's Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. Who have you got and why?
I'm picking the strapping Karrion Kross to pick up this one. His first match back on pay-per-view since his return. And fair play to Triple H and co, who have presented him like a main event force very quickly. How wild. Imagine having to, I love the fact that we have this contrast of Karrion Kross during the Vince era. It's like, he needs a crow in the background and a hat on. And here he is, just like being the NXT Karrion Kross, and he's a threat. He's a legit threat. Yeah. Doesn't throw the best fireballs, but a legit threat nonetheless. And I think it wouldn't damage Iron Drew to lose here, but it would certainly boost Karrion Kross if he were to win here. Who have you got and why?
Agreed. I think this would damage Karrion Kross if he were to lose. This is his first proper big match back. He's got experience with straps. Remember? So that
he wore that with the hat.
He did.
It is a helmet, but I like calling it a hat.
If he comes back, unless it's a really screwy finish, which it might be, the White Rabbit might pop up, but I don't think it will here. I think this is Karrion Kross's. And you're right, Drew doesn't lose anything by taking an L on this one, but Karrion has a lot to gain. So
he might be Kross, but he won't be Karrion Kross.
What dumb.
Extreme Rules for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan puts it up against Ronda Rousey. Do you give a damn about a bad reputation?
I give a damn about a bad reputation, Thomas.
Bum. Who you got and why?
I give a damn about her too much to bet against her at this point. Liv. I bloody love Liv. She had a bit of a rotter with Ronda Rousey, obviously. Liv looked a bit foolish in the process. This is a way to right that wrong. You give Liv a decent, decisive win over Ronda Rousey, and you've got the benefit of this being an Extreme Rules match. She can get weapons involved, it's all totally legal. So actually, if they want to protect Ronda, which they obviously do, if they want to protect Ronda, then they can do that, because Liv can absolutely batter her with a chainsaw to the face or something. It's easy.
Yeah, this is a match where Liv Morgan can pick up the win, and I believe will pick up the win in a way that doesn't hurt Ronda too much. Liv has promised that she will get Ronda's respect, and she'll go extreme. She's already started proving that. She's that senton off the top rope on SmackDown through a table to kind of set the pace for it. She's got that lovely, colourful bat a la Harley Quinn, which I think she's going to be using as well. I'm expecting Liv to take some sort of wild, crazy bump during that match. Shane McMahon style, jump off the scaffolding or something. Go on, Liv, do it, you coward. But I think that will allow Liv to pick up the win with Ronda Rousey losing, but gaining respect for the champ in the process.
Nice. And finally, your main event, possibly, we can't quite work it out. It's an I Quit match anyway. It's Edge taking on Finn Balor. Who have you got and why?
I like that there isn't a clear-cut main event.
It's really good, isn't
it? Isn't it?
There's a lot of potential ones there, but there's no real proper standout. But in a good way, because all the matches feel big.
Yeah, I like it. And this one, I think, is going to Edge. Now, admittedly, you think, but Tom, didn't Edge and Ronald McDonald win at Clash at the Castle over the Judgment Egg? You're right, they did. But that match didn't end with a win for them, because it ended with Edge being booted in the ghoulies and the fruit of Eddie Guerrero's loins knocking down Rey Mysterio. And so I don't class that as a win for them, but I feel like Edge picking up a win here over Finn Balor, I think is quite an exciting, tantalising proposition. I can't see Edge saying I quit without shenanigans involved. I can see Finn Balor doing it in a way where there's some shenanigans involved and they get the heat back afterwards. And that's why I'm picking Edge to get the win here.
Interesting, I think potentially foolish on your part. It is a hard one to book, the I Quit thing with Edge giving up, but I think he'll be willing to do it. I think he's been pretty giving since he came back, like establishing new stars. And with the report circulating, and I try not to pay too much attention, but with the report circulating that Triple H does have big things in store for Finn Balor, I think he needs to win this one. And Judgment Day have lost a lot of matches. I almost did a Siller impression there. A lot of matches. They've lost a lot of matches. Finn could do with the win. And I think it really is that simple. I don't think it makes sense for Edge to win this one.
But since when did all booking decisions have to absolutely make sense?
We're in the Triple H era now, Tom. Nothing's ever going to be wrong again.
Well, Solo Sikoa did win the North American title, then forfeited minutes later, practically.
I was asleep for that.
Oh, it was a good time.
Right. So, you can stick with that?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Edge.
Okay.
My waters are slightly telling me otherwise. The tea leaves will probably tell me otherwise later. But I'm going to go with Edge for now. I'm going to pick Edge to win.
Before we go, Thomas, we can expect to see the debut, return, whatever, of the White Rabbit, whoever that may be, on Saturday night at Extreme Rules. So, for an extra point, who you got and why? Who's the White Rabbit?
Well, Kilroy, obviously.
Robert Kilroy Silk?
Kilroy. I think it has... It's Bray Wyatt, isn't it? Or Mark Jindrak. It's Bray Wyatt, isn't it?
You taking Bray?
Yeah.
I'm taking Bray. Right, that's fun, isn't it? Of course we'd be foolish.
What a tiebreaker!
No, you said Kilroy first. Robert Kilroy Silk.
Robert Kilroy Silk or Bray Wyatt. Good luck, everybody.
There we go. We will be live on Saturday night for Extreme Rules live reactions, followed up by what happened at WTF, coming a few days later this week as Ross is off on his Holly Bobs. Hope you're having fun, Ross. And we'll see you on Saturday night. Take care of yourselves. In a bit.
Feed your head. Let's go to bed. Na, 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 na. Jesus.